Hello and welcome back to another Football Commentaries live stream. After the busy Boxing Day action in the Premier League yesterday, we still have one of the other games of this game week to complete, and that is the historic rivalry of Manchester United, who travel down to take on Newcastle United, or should I say travel up to take on Newcastle United. The two back-to-back Premier League seasons from 1995. Okay, good start. Okay. If the stream just cut out a little bit, I do apologise. Should be okay now. I'm going to continue anyway. The two back-to-back Premier League seasons from 1995-96 to 1996-97, where Newcastle finished second on both occasions, whilst Alex Ferguson's Manchester United team won 2 titles in 2 seasons. Back to the present day, and from the start of the season, both sides have changed their manager. Eddie Howe got Newcastle their first win in this season's Premier League and got them playing better attacking football, but still working out the defensive issues after conceding 11 in their last 3 games. For Man United, Rangnick has come in on a caretaker role until the end of the season and has picked up 2 Premier League wins in only 2 league games as manager. But they have only been 1-0 wins against Crystal Palace at Old Trafford and Norwich away at Carrow Road. Despite missing the last 2 league games versus Brentford and Brighton, the United players still need to be picking up wins whilst adapting to the new style that Rangnick has brought to Manchester United. As we are well started in the 2021 festive period and COVID has brought many games down in England with postponement, Newcastle get to face Manchester United in a game which holds great importance for both teams. 16 days since United last played in that 1-0 win against Norwich. They've had 2 games postponed in that time, Brentford and Brighton, and they've had to close their training ground twice, Manchester United, but they are back to play Newcastle. They've been hit with a few COVID cases and injuries as well, hence why they've only got 8 players on their bench, Newcastle, but they've still got a pretty strong starting 11 anyway, and some decent players they can bring off the bench if needs be during this game. Like I said, if the stream just went a little bit during the start, then I do apologise. But if you could like and subscribe and all that good stuff, that'd be fantastic. We've got a 2-1 United and a 5-0 United. So it looks like Newcastle are not being favoured. I'm sensing there may be a bit of an upset, but I could be completely wrong. But I just think Newcastle maybe could cause some kind of upset. I mean, United have been under Rangnick now. They've had pretty large disruptions during that time, but not being great attacking. Definitely better defensively because they've obviously kept 2 clean sheets. But attacking-wise, they've not been that strong or that, had that killer instinct that they need, with the likes of Ronaldo up front. Against Norwich they won you a penalty. Without that penalty, that game could have easily ended 0-0 in my opinion. So, we'll have to wait and see how this game pans out. Newcastle, like I said, defensively last 3 games been really poor. 4 goals conceded against Leicester, 4 conceded against Manchester City, and then in between that 3 against Liverpool away, which I did commentate on, and they were okay, Newcastle, in that game. But in the end of the day, when you go to Anfield, you need to be on top of your game defensively, and they weren't, even though they were able to nick a goal through John Joe Shelby. Kickoff is just... Hold on, it's gone again. Okay. Yeah, hopefully back again. It's just the stream is disconnecting a little bit, so I do apologise. Hopefully when the game kicks off, we will know it won't be cutting out like this. Like I say, though, Newcastle are sitting 19th currently, joint bottom with Norwich, but they are only 19th because of a better goal difference by 8. So, technically bottom, like, goal difference, obviously, at the end of the season could become, quite important in those relegation spaces, but right now, it doesn't mean too much. They need to just be getting points on the board and trying to improve their goal difference at the same time. Manchester United currently sit 7th. A win would take them 5th due to not playing their last 2 scheduled games. So United do have a couple games in hand on teams around them. The likes of Arsenal, West Ham as well. So they do have games in hand. But after 16 days away from Premier League action, United return against Newcastle. I'll go through both teams just very quickly. Martin Dubravka in goal for Newcastle United. This is his... Sorry, let me check something quick. Sorry about this. Right, okay. Martin Dubravka in goal for Newcastle. He's playing his 6th game, and that's in the last 6. He missed the first 9 games this season with a foot injury, but he's now back in the number 1 slot in goal for Newcastle. Javier Manquillo at right back, who did score his only Premier League goal for Newcastle against Manchester United in the reverse fixture at home in the 4-1 win that Manchester United picked up. Lascelles also at the back alongside Fabian Schär. Emil Kraft, who was usually right back, has been shifted over to left back. 0 appearances in his last 5 Premier League games, but he's been brought in for this one. Ryan Fraser on the right. Alan St. Maximin's been shifted out to the left, with Sean Longstaff coming into the midfield, playing alongside John Joe Shelby, who did score against Liverpool in that 3-1 loss, and was out of the game against Manchester City due to a little bit of a groin injury, but he's back as well. And then Joe Linton and Callum Wilson will play up front for Newcastle United. Looks like the stream's gone again. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Turn that off, actually. And then their bench is depleted due to COVID, but they've got Freddie Woodman, Mark Gillespie. There's goalkeepers Jeff Hendrick, Miguel Almiron, Jacob Murphy, Elliot Anderson, 19-year-old centre attacking midfielder, alongside another 19-year-old attacking midfielder in Joe White, and Dwight Gale make up the bench. I don't get why my stream is acting like this. If people could let me know how the stream's looking, if it's buffering at all, that'd be fantastic, because it seems to be for me. Just quickly go for United lineup as well. David De Gea is in goal. Diego Dalot, Rafa Varane, who's back in the starting 11. Only 1 appearance in his last 9. Been struggling with a groin and a hamstring injury. Harry Maguire's back as well to play alongside him. No Eric Bailly or Victor Lindelof. Alex Telles at left back, keeping Shaw on the bench. Scott McTominay and Fred plays the 2 holding midfielders, and the 4 attackers ahead of them is Mason Greenwood, Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford, and the one and only Cristiano Ronaldo, who did make his return to Manchester United in that home game against Newcastle where they won 4-1. He scored twice. He'll be wanting to replicate certain similar goals like he did that day. And on the bench, they've got Dean Henderson, who has been linked to a move to Newcastle in January. Have to see if that materialises. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who's also been kept on the bench behind Diego Dalot. Phil Jones makes up the bench with Luke Shaw, Nemanja Matic, Donny van de Beek, Anthony Elanga. Jadon Sancho's been dropped for Mason Greenwood, and Edinson Cavani. He's had a few injuries this season, only his 4th appearance. That could be made if he gets on the pitch today. He has made the bench. Still, no room for Paul Pogba on the bench. This is Rafa Varane's first appearance in nearly 2 months, just under 2 months since his last appearance. So maybe he might be slightly rusty. But yeah, the game is just about to get underway very soon. Make sure the time is ready. At St James's Park, Newcastle versus Manchester United. But Newcastle in their home kit, as well as Manchester United in their red and white. Referee is Craig Pawson. His 11th game being officiated tonight. As the referee blows the whistle and all players and staff take the knee for their campaign against racism in sport and general society. As United will be the ones to kick off with Bruno Fernandes. False start from the kick-off. Some Newcastle players a little bit too eager there. United kicking from left to right. Newcastle right to left. Giving to Maguire. Diagonal ball to the right-hand side towards Rashford. Goes over him and Javier Manquillo. And out for a throw-in for Newcastle in the left-back area. And it does look like Javier Manquillo will be on the left-hand side of the back four instead of the right. As you can see, he's at right back on my screen. He's actually playing on the left. And he's on the throw-in now, and he was the man who scored the only goal for Newcastle on that game at Old Trafford earlier this season, making it 1-1. He throws it down line towards Joe Linton, headed won well by McTominay, brought down by Greenwood, flicks it inside towards Rashford. He's going to take it down the line. Shelvey's there to try and block him from going any further, and he's done so very well, seen the ball out for a goal kick for Newcastle. And the first early openings of the game lead to a Newcastle goal kick. Okay, the timer going as well. So we're just about to play a minute. And it is 0-0. A few score predictions coming in here. 4-1 Newcastle. I hope so. That would be fantastic for a neutral. Bit of an upset. And then 3-2 United as well. As Lascelles heads it forward towards Callum Wilson. Maguire takes over. Within the midfield, it's Fred. He hooks it over to the left-hand side to Fernandes, who has to drop into the United half of the ball. Plays forward to Ronaldo. Looks for a back heel. Not very clever from Ronaldo. Doesn't find Alex Telles. And the ball sent forward by Newcastle. Going to be chased down by Ryan Fraser. Maguire has to deal with it, and he's lost the ball. Fraser on the byline. Gets a cross in. Just about kept it in. But Harry Maguire having an absolute nightmare. Not a great start for the captain. I got a bet on. A lot of people have bets on when they come into my stream. But Maguire just completely missed timing a touch of the ball, and Fraser got in behind. Took a heavy touch. Just about kept it in with a cross. The cross didn't land to a Newcastle player, and United can try and clear now from their left-hand side. It's now Maguire in the box, who's going to be a little bit nervous after that first encounter with the football. He does get a nice switch out, though, towards Dalot. Intercepted by the head of Joe Linton. Say Maximum can get on the ball down the left. Poor touch from him. Can be recovered by Dalot. And United just need to try and calm this down if they can on the edge of the 18-yard box with Fred. Through the gap to Fernandes. Lays it off into Ronaldo, who drifted wide left. Enters the Newcastle half. Played through towards Greenwood, who's central in the pitch. McTominay poked over towards Rashford. He looks like he's playing on the right-hand side. Looks for a ball through towards Fernandes on the edge of the 18-yard box. Blocked by Joe Linton, I think, off his stomach, and he's been winded by that pass. Or is it maybe a muscle injury? I think he's just been winded there, Joe Linton. Next commentary is tomorrow, Southampton versus Tottenham. A quick back-to-back commentary, I know. Probably never been seen before. As Varane clips it up towards Ronaldo, headed away by Lascelles. Poor form recently, Lascelles, the captain. Well, the whole Newcastle defence, you could argue, has been poor defensively, but especially him, as he has to just kick it out for a throw-in towards the corner flag for United in an attacking area. Maguire. M-A-G, not Mick. He's not Irish. Maguire. But yeah, really poor. If you're watching the game, you saw how he just completely misjudged the touch. Joe Linton outstrengths Dalot to win the ball back. Great form recently, Joe Linton. And he wins a free kick as he was pulled back by Dalot. Had a real change of form under Eddie Howe. Joe Linton. Looks like he'll be playing up front with Wilson, but he can play midfield as well in recent games. He'll get the one goal this season so far, and that was against Brentford in the 3-3 draw, which was meant to be Eddie Howe's first game in charge of Newcastle. But he picked up COVID, so had to sit that one out at home. Dubravka, just in the left-back area, can get this forward for Newcastle. Down the left channel. Can't quite be headed on by Wilson. Does fall to Shelvey, the header from McTominay. Say Maximum, loses out. Rashford. Over it goes to Ronaldo. Nice fancy flick to Fernandes. And then he also does a looping ball over towards Telles. Has to bring it down. Instead, gets it back to Maguire. Now Fred. Bit of time to turn in the United half. And shifts it over to the left back Tellez, one Brazilian to the other. Lifted ball over the top, looking for Fernandez's run. Gives up on it though, as it was just a bit overhit for Bruno Fernandes to chase it. And Dubravka will collect the ball for a throw-in for his team. The Slovakian played in his first Euros in the summer. Didn't do very well. Unfortunately, was knocked out in the group stage. And it's his first game against United in the last 3. So the last 3 games against Manchester United, he's either been injured or on the bench. He'll take the goal kick. Above the halfway line it goes. Wilson against McTominay. Again, wins the header. I think it was Wilson actually who came off. Back to Sean Longstaff, who's in midfield. To Shelvey, turns the wrong way and gets pickpocketed by Greenwood, then trips him from behind. And that'll be a free kick to Manchester United. Apologies there from Shelvey. Just turned into the corridor where Greenwood was chasing him down and lost the ball. Taken quickly to Fred. Out to Tellez as United are starting to get control of this game after a bit of a shaky and quick start. You know, both teams having a lot of energy. Newcastle wanting to get the fans on side early on, trying to impress with the press. But they're allowing Fred with time on the ball. Gets a great ball out to Dalot, who's pushed forward from right back, who works across into the 6-yard area. Didn't quite get the curl on it towards, I think that was Mason Greenwood, and it was collected in the end out of the sky by Martin Dubravka. Emil Kraft. Ball down the line, deflects off Bruno Fernandes for a throw-in for Newcastle. You know, like I said, the Swedish international Emil Kraft is playing right back and not left back, playing his first minutes after seeing no minutes in the last 5 Premier League matches. Throwing into the United half. Helped on by Sean Longstaff. Can't be helped up by Wilson, but he's won it back. Longstaff off of Varane and gets it to St. Maximin on the edge of the box. Gets into the box onto his right foot and he shoots, and what a goal from St. Maximin! Newcastle have lift off against Manchester United. And it could only be one man, and it's the Frenchman, St. Maximin. Too many early mistakes from Manchester United in the early parts of this game. And after a little bit of Newcastle pressure here and there in the early parts of the game, they've got their first real chance, and they've taken it. Varane turning the wrong way. Longstaff, aggressive, gets it off him, works it to St. Maximin on the left. Allowed to cut inside from Dalot and Maguire, not forcing him out onto his weak side, letting him on his strong right foot. And he got the shot away. De Gea stranded in the United goal. Didn't even attempt to dive in the end because it was right into the corner. No stopping that from any keeper. Off balance, St. Maximin. He still was able to get a shot away into the back of the net. He gets his 4th Premier League goal of the season. And United, after a shaky start, have conceded. Eddie Howe will be delighted. Wow, just under 8 minutes in. And Newcastle take the lead. Wow. That is quite something. Let me change that scoreline right now. As Dalot puts another cross in, overhit massively, throwing in the right back area for Newcastle as their fans are right up for this game now. Wow, I didn't see that coming yet. 1 down, 3 to go. That is very true. Very true. We have got a 4-1 Newcastle. If that comes off, then wow, I'll be speechless. But Varane back from injury. I think it's his first game since Spurs away on the 2nd of January. I want to say. And it was his error for the goal, just turning into on-rushing Sean Longstaff as De Gea clears. Poor Joelinton cuts out. Header goes out wide to the goal scorer at St. Maximin. Gets it back inside towards Joelinton. Poor touch picked up by McTominay, but a lack of communication between Rashford and McTominay means Newcastle could pick it back up. St. Maximin dinks the ball in towards Wilson in the box. Looks to try and bring it down with his left foot. A little bit too high. Out for a goal kick for Manchester United. Onside as well there, Wilson, as the ball was clipped in towards the box. Was asking a lot of him there, St. Maximin, to bring that down. Sorry about that. David De Gea with the goal kick. Obviously has his 2 clean sheets in a row in the Premier League. It's 5 altogether now for the season. Won't be picking one up today, as Joe Linton wins the header from the goal kick, but it fell only as far as Fred, who recycles back to Varane. Yeah, might be having a little bit of rustiness after coming back from a groin injury and hamstring. He's had both injuries so far this season. Very injury hit at the start of his Manchester United career. McTominay sprays it out wide left to Telles, brings it down nicely, the former Porto left back. Now here to Fernandes, former Sporting Lisbon man. Fred through to McTominay. He's advanced forward into the Newcastle half, tries a shot, deflects to Rashford, tries to find a ball towards Ronaldo, cut out by Fabian Schär, drilled out to St. Maximum, played across to Fraser, counter-attacks on. Callum Wilson will find it over the left-hand side. He will keep it in, the former Bournemouth player, as he was offside as Fraser played the ball through. Not sure about that one. I don't know if he was offside. But an early goal for Newcastle against Manchester United. They did score in a similar time against Liverpool. It might have been the same time, 7th minute. That was Shelvey, and they did go on to lose 3-1. But that was away at Anfield. Could be a different story against an underperforming Manchester United, who aren't scoring many goals under Ralph Rangnick, even only after 3 games, 2 in the Premier League and 1 in the Champions League, which all resulted in United only scoring 1 goal. Clip diagonal ball over to Dalot by Maguire. Falls nicely to his feet. Goes back inside to McTominay. Newcastle half we are in. Fred, misplaced ball. It's a simple 10-yard pass. He can't pull it off. Joe Linton, he finds a beautiful ball through to St. Maximum. He will charge down the left. He'll have bags of confidence with the goal early on. Turning in and out. Trying to get some space, and he finds Fraser on the right on the edge of the box. Tries to find a ball inside. Does deflect to Joe Linton, who decides to shoot from far. And bends wide of the post, not too far away from Joe Linton, who, like I said, under Eddie Howe has had some rejuvenated form. Newcastle fans are really liking his performances as of late. Reading around what the fans are saying. They appreciate the attempt as well. They understand that it's not too far. And a bit more curl, and that could have been troubling David De Gea. De Gea up towards Rashford. Misses him and Manquillo, but will fall through towards Greenwood, but won't get on the end of it as he's outmuscled by Jamal Lascelles, the Newcastle captain, and he plays it back to Dubravka in the Newcastle goal, who will go high and long himself, only as far as Varane, who heads in the sky. And then it'll be Fabian Schär to help it back forward, only as far as Maguire, who will take a touch and relax the game, and that game of head tennis that was going on. Telles, first time ball down the line to Ronaldo, who will give chase, asking a lot of the former Real Madrid and Juventus man. Thumbs up, appreciates the pass Ronaldo, but didn't quite fall to the 36-year-old. Emil Kraft with the throw-in. Deep inside the Newcastle half as they have to try and get out from this dangerous position. Don't want to lose it in a position where United could score or create a chance. Thrown down the line. Helped on by Callum Wilson. Hooked away by Maguire. Fernandes headed on. And then held back by Jamal Lascelles. Longstaff challenges Fred for it. Falls in the end to the Brazilian. He goes back to Maguire. Fernandes through the gap to Fred. United are looking to advance, but they lose it with John Joe Shelby intercepting the Fred pass. But then Longstaff loses it. Plays it behind the feet of Fraser and it falls to Fernandes. Greenwood 1-2 with Fernandes. No real style of play at the minute for United. It's kind of just find a pass and try and work from there instead of looking for movement. St. Maximum now has it. Tries to chop inside, loses out to Diego Dalot, and Rashford can burst away on the right-hand side. Manquillo trying to recover. Tries to chop inside, well defended by Manquillo. And he'll play back to his goalkeeper, who will take a touch and play it forward to Shelvey. On the edge of the box, just about gets his pass away, even though it's deflected over to Emil Kraft. Down the line, looking for Callum Wilson, picked up by Fred. It's now with Maguire. Drives forward. Sees space on the left for Fernandes. Does bring it down with a good touch. And looks for a sneaky ball in behind for Fred in the box. Well cut out by Fabian Schär. Nearly caught him out there. Has started 7 now of the 8 games under Eddie Howe in the Premier League. Fabian Schär was put on the bench for the Manchester City game. The Swiss. Varane. Out to Diogo Dalot. McTominay. Sees Dalot making a run in behind, and he brings it down on the byline, pulls it back, cut out by Lascelles. Throw in for Manchester United. That's better from McTominay. Cutting the Newcastle defence open. Ronaldo. 1-2 with St. Maximum as it comes off the Frenchman. And a free kick's been won. No, both players being told to get up. Ronaldo stayed down. Joe Linton will bring the ball away after challenging Ronaldo. Gets beyond Fred. He'll keep this going for United. St. Maximum cuts inside. Tries to get beyond Rafa Varane. Well defended in the end. And Rashford has it. And as Ronaldo stayed down, I'm presuming he's back up now on his feet as United are going to keep the ball on the pitch. Tellers to Harry Maguire. Ronaldo is back on his feet after being challenged there by Joe Linton. Craig Pawson saw nothing wrong with it. Rashford can't get beyond Javier Manquillo, throwing for Manchester United in the Newcastle half. Ronaldo definitely not happy with the referee for not awarding him a free kick there. Had some wise words to say to the referee as United try and build an attack after going behind early in this game due to Alan St. Maximum. Fred. There's a ball on there to Fernandes out wide. Decided to go for the easy option. Then it's been worked to Fernandes through Alex Tellez. He finds a ball inside to Greenwood. Lifted ball into the box towards Ronaldo. Tried to bring it down. Couldn't quite do so. Ball was just too far ahead of him. And it's been seen out for a goal kick for Newcastle United. Dinked. Beautiful ball in by Greenwood. Just too much on it for Ronaldo as he tried to bring it down. But so far it's been solid defending from Newcastle United, which you've not been able to say too much this season. Like I said, tomorrow another commentary. Southampton versus Tottenham, 3 o'clock kickoff. I know back-to-back commentaries in 2 days, crazy, but we're here for it. Joe Linton can't head on the goal kick. It's now with United. Good 1-2 there with Ronaldo and Rashford. Rashford brings it away, getting the ball stuck in between his feet, but he just about gets it out of his feet. And it's going to be a corner. Some Newcastle fans thinking that Rashford played the ball out himself there, but clearly came off a Newcastle man, and they have a corner to defend now. Maguire's come up for it. Ronaldo's in the box, so he's a Rafa Varane as well. United yet to score a goal from a set piece this season. Can that change now? Tellez, right arm raised, in swinging ball, and it's dangerous. Good header away from Lascelles to the edge box to Fred, who helps it back to Fernandes, who's the last man back for Manchester United. He'll dink the ball back in towards the box, too much on it. Greenwood attempted to go for it and couldn't, and Joe Linton has gone down again. I don't think that first time he went down was cramp. I don't think he was winded. I think it's an injury he's picked up, and it looks like he's holding his right groin. That's really frustrating for Joe Linton, because like I said, under Eddie Howe, he's really improved and looked like a better player. Sometimes it is just the manager. If you play under a good manager, or a manager that suits your style a bit more, or you can get more out of, you perform better. So it does look like he'll be coming off. Here's the goal again. Great ball from Sean Longstaff, who's been short of appearances under Eddie Howe, but he's got the start today. And found the ball to St. Maximum, who did most of the work himself, cutting it inside, getting beyond Dalot. Maguire couldn't stop the shot, right in the side netting of the right corner. That's a beautiful finish. Newcastle fans absolutely delighted with their main man getting the goal, and he's now scored the most goals in a Premier League season yet, and we are only in the end of December. Last season he only got 3. Now he's on 4 for this season, so he's already proved last season. Will Joe Linton be coming off, or can he run this off? I mean, it seems like a hard one to run off personally, a groin injury, but it looks like he might be coming back on. Let's have a look. Or is he heading down the tunnel? Looks like he'll be coming back on. Robert Jones, the referee, his hair's always looking sharp. As United now have it from the Newcastle clearance as we are back underway. And Joe Linton's back on. Interesting. Usually groin injuries mean you have to come off, but he obviously sees that maybe he can run the pain off. Out to Rashford on the right. Tries to cross. Does cross. Comes off Javier Manquillo. And a corner kick for United again. Defending to do for Newcastle United. Alex Tellers in swinger again. Put a good ball in last time, but it was well headed away by Lascelles. He puts another one in, and it gets headed away momentarily, then volleyed by Longstaff, which makes St. Maximin will clear. Luis Fernandez who volleys it back forward out for a goal kick for Newcastle. Silence my phone. I'm sure Ralph Rangnick will be very, very disappointed with his current Manchester United team and how they're performing. Not quite getting that new manager spring that many teams do get when they replace their manager. Newcastle did get it. They got 5 points in their first 4 games under Eddie Howe, which is quite the good amount of points because that is half of what they've got this season. They're only on 10. Newcastle United. Shelvey on the halfway brings it down and has to be forced back to Newcastle goalkeeper Martin Dubravka. Playing his 110th game for Newcastle. The keeper in between the sticks. Callum Wilson. Can't keep it away from Dalot and it's to Fred. Maguire on the edge of the 18-yard box. We've just played over 21 minutes. Newcastle still lead the Red Devils. It's Fred. Has it in the Newcastle half. Not many options for him. Rashford's dropped deep. And plays it back to Rafa Varane. Rashford again on halfway. Ball forward to Greenwood. McTominay's making a run in behind. Tries for it. He wanted him more to feet than in behind. And it will fall all the way to Dubravka in the Newcastle goal. But to win this game, United will have to do something they haven't done under Ralph Rangnick yet. And that is score 2 goals in a game. But Newcastle under their home fans. They'll have confidence. And they'll have belief they can win this game. Manquillo. Down the line to Joelinton, lets it roll towards St. Maximin, who just about keeps it in. Tries to play back inside towards Joelinton. McTominay gets there first. Fred can't control. Falls to Shelvey in the Newcastle half. And they're back on the ball. Cher, Fraser. Shelvey tries the first time ball out wide. Not had the best of directions on it. And United are back on it now with Fred. Tries to play it through towards Ronaldo. Rushed it. Intercepted by Newcastle. And they can get away here. But then they pull a misplaced pass. And United have it back with Fred. But then he loses out. Stupid touch, not even know what he's doing. His Shelvey can drive away. The counter-attack's on for Newcastle. They have to try and work this well. Shelvey will shoot from far, and it's had to be parried by De Gea. And it'll be a throw-in for Newcastle on the far right, met by a warm round of applause from the Newcastle fans as Shelvey was looking for 2 goals in 2 games that he's played in this season. He scored against Liverpool, out of the game against Manchester City due to a groin injury, but then he's back now. Just kept driving at the United defence. Worked a shot, was pretty much at De Gea, but didn't want to take any chances and parried it away. As if there's a team who looks like scoring, it's probably Newcastle United. They've already got 1 this game. United have won 7 of the last 9 games against Newcastle United. So you'd have them favourites to make that 8 out of 10. But not everything's a guarantee in football. As they trail this game. He's joined bottom Newcastle. McTominay's currently just got a bit of an injury here. I think from the Longstaff challenge when they were battling out in midfield. McTominay will be able to run it off, I presume. As McTominay's fuming at the referee again, not picking up on that dangerous challenge. We will restart over the right-hand side for Newcastle, which they have a throw with Emil Kraft. It looks like he may have a long throw in here, the Swedish international. This is no player coming short for it. He will send it in long with a good throw-in. He's got some good length on it. It's helped on by Wilson, headed away by Dalot. But I think there was a push in the box from Lascelles as the ball was thrown in on Ronaldo. And he wins his side. A free kick in their 18-yard box. Newcastle. Who would have thought? Eddie Howe hasn't got the greatest of records against Manchester United. Eddie Howe has only won 2 in his 10 against the Red Devils. He's lost 7 times. But every time he has won against United, it has been at the home ground of his team that he's been in management for. Ronaldo tries a 1-2 with Dalot. Dalot couldn't get there. Header Longstaff pulls him down. Free kick for Newcastle in their own half. Well, won by Sean Longstaff, brother of Matty Longstaff, currently on loan at Aberdeen in Scotland. But it looks like that loan will be terminated in January after not really working out, not really getting the game time. And it'll be another player Eddie Howe can have a look at to maybe bring in. He did famously get the winner, Matty Longstaff, in a win against Manchester United back in October of 2019 when they won 1-0 due to a late Longstaff goal. Matty, not Sean. Ball clipped forward by Newcastle. Had a won by Maguire as far as Shelby helps it back forward. Fred helps away this time. As far as Kraft lifts it in towards Wilson. Keeps it up and then hooked away by Fred. Ronaldo with a high foot. Wow, that was dangerous, but it did win the ball. But the Newcastle got it back with Maximum on the left. 1-on-1 with Diogo Dalot. He's going to be helped by McTominay if possible. But in the end, they've won it back. St. Maximin thought he'd been fouled after being pulled back by McTominay, but the ref said no. Put Newcastle back in possession all the way with their goalkeeper Dubravka. Fernandez will chase. But it'll be played to Shelby, who's allowed to turn forward and work it out wide. Good outside of the boot ball to Emil Kraft. And Newcastle again will work it forward. They've had a good start to this game. He keeps bringing it forward. Finds the feet of Fraser. Tackled by Maguire. And Telles will take over. Back to De Gea. Into Varane. Who will now bring it forward. The World Cup winning Frenchman. Didn't have the best of Euros, France, unfortunately. Fernandez tries to be too clever on Fraser. But he does win it back after retackling the Scotsman. McTominay on the halfway. Finds the feet of Greenwood. Poor touch finds Shelby. Works it away from McTominay. Poke back now to the goalkeeper. Dubravka. Who'll clear it up the field towards Wilson. Header backwards, only as far as Fernandez, but as he was going for the header, Wilson, he was fouled by Varane. Craig Pawson blows for the free kick. Six of Newcastle's 7 Premier League victories against Manchester United have been at home. Only the one win away from St James's Park in the Premier League against Manchester United. Ball's been clipped in diagonal into the box, helped on by Wilson. Joe Linton will give chase and he'll keep it in ahead of Dalot and find St Maximum on the far left. Trying to work his way around Dalot, and he does do so very nice with a turn. Tries to get beyond McTominay, tackle. Ball falls to Joe Linton. Gets a ball across, cleared away by Varane first time. It'll fall all the way to the halfway line now to Fabian Schär.